busy business IT. So what's worse than losing a client? Nobody ever wants to lose a client. It's having a client turn into a plaintiff, somebody who puts a class act part of a lawsuit against you. And I was going to deliver this video a few hours before when I saw an article that said that MGM had been named in two lawsuits. But I knew if I waited a little longer, we'd actually see more than just two lawsuits going out. MGM and Caesars, which are part of one of the biggest casino heists in history, I'm going to go ahead and say that. Definitely something that's done damage to both firms more than anything else in recent history. For those who don't know, both MGM and Caesars were victims of theft through electronic means. There are two groups working together. One called Scattered Spider, which basically did a social engineering attack. What they did was they went on to LinkedIn's website on the company page for MGM and for Caesars. They found people that were there, and they proceeded to call up the help desk asking for the password to be changed. Once they got that information, they went to their partner, which is a group called Alpha, spelled ALPHV. And what they did was they happened to have the technical wherefore. So Scattered Spider, they were able to breach the defenses, and then they basically were able to deploy a software payload into both systems on both MGM and Caesars, and it's been detrimental to both companies. Caesars did pay a $15 million ransom, and MGM has didn't pay, but they had they were locked out of their systems for over 10 days. We're talking like door locks wouldn't work, simple functions in the building. They're lucky that there wasn't a fire, honestly. So they both had that initial embarrassment of having a breach, but on top of that, and the inconvenience initially, but now we're starting to watch as what happens on a day-to-day basis after the breach, because that's only the beginning. So what they're still having to do is they still have to clean their systems up, and that's gonna be something that's gonna take quite a while. It may take years, literally, because of how much damage and how deep these groups were in there. But on top of that, when they were in the systems, these guys took 6 terabytes of data, the bad guys. And so now what we have is 5 lawsuits aimed at both of these, between these two companies. And like, what are they suing from? So what they're really looking for, I'm going to go with the 5th lawsuit. So basically, they all say the same thing. But what they were doing was, we have a couple, Thomas and Laura McNichols, little Illinois, and they've been loyal customers of Caesars for over 20 years. And what they said is that they had a duty to protect their the duty to plaintiffs and class members to exercise reasonable care in safeguarding and protecting what is referred to as PII, personal identifiable information. And this is going to become a bigger term as this case goes larger. Now, initially, all of these lawsuits only have one person or 2 people named per person, but it's a class action. They're going to go much larger. They're going to start pulling in people that, who are victims, and we're talking 6 terabytes of data was on there. But they said, they had been, that they had, that once Caesars had this information, they had a responsibility to safeguard it. And it basically alleges a breach of contract with every customer had personal data stolen from the breach. And they might have a case here. Now, I was talking about in the past that there's actually been some security audits done on both firms, and it's been reported through certain news organizations that they've gotten, I've seen reports of them getting an F on their scores. So they're all seeking monetary damage and punitive damage, which means that they're looking for more than damages. They're looking to make an example out of them. There may be more lawsuits that come out, but we haven't even gotten into the fining and the legal ramifications that are going to come out here. Because one of the words that's used in here is safeguarding, and personal identifiable information that's in a breach also falls under, well, I know it falls under the FTC safeguard rules. There's also PCI data, which is credit card information, since they manage that. There's going to be a lot of different agencies looking at them soon, and we'll go ahead and we'll bring that up to you. And why do I bring this up? Because I need to bring home how devastating a cyber breach can be to one's business, and that you need to make sure that you're protected from that. It can really just stop all the hard work you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So that's what we're here for at A to Z Business IT. If you come back on Thursday of this week, we will be doing a little thing about things you can do to make sure that that you can get insurance, cyber insurance, at the proper rates. So we look forward to having you there, and there'll be a link below. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Take care.